While Greater Boston is a hub of prosperity, thousands of residents have been left behind because of education, training, and communication issues. By teaming up with almost 20 community partners who are tackling these challenges, Boston Cares volunteers have provided 13,000 adults and older youth with skills and confidence to succeed in today's job market. With 3,500 immigrants waitlisted for English classes in Boston alone, Boston Cares launched our ESOL Corps in 2015. That led to the Allies for Immigrants partnership with English for New Bostonians.
Immigrants are the city of Boston. Over a quarter of Boston's population are foreign-born, and it makes sense to be investing in immigrant families and individuals through building their language skills and allowing people to get a foothold in the labor market and in schools and in our civic institutions as community leaders, and English is the first step.
Working with Project Hope, Gilbert Albert Community Center, St. Mark's Community Education, NOAA, and Gardner Pilot Academy, ESOL volunteers conduct conversation circles and tutoring sessions, assist with job searches, and help practice for the citizenship exam.
I like conversation class because, I feel more like it helps me about improving about my English, and I feel more comfortable about, when I get more practice.
When I come here, I have to learn English because this is America. I have to know how to speak English. When people talk to me, I have to understand.
With support from Boston Cares ESOL volunteers, over 250 immigrants are better prepared for the job market and to participate in the American dream. For over a decade, Boston Cares volunteers have supported youth employment initiatives through MLK Scholars and More Than Words. In 2015, Boston Cares was recruited by Points of Light to host a national innovation called ServiceWorks. ServiceWorks is built on research that shows how volunteering increases an unemployed person's chances of finding work. Using a community problem-solving approach to engage current and future job seekers as volunteers, Boston Cares fuses ServiceWorks to existing workforce initiatives for older youth. ServiceWorks has already engaged 800 young volunteers at Sociedad Latina, El Centro del Cardenal, Boston Public Health Commission, College Bound Dorchester, and Madison Park Development Corporation. Raquel Rios is a single mom who volunteered with ServiceWorks while completing her GED at College Bound Dorchester. She continued with ServiceWorks as an AmeriCorps Vista member, and this led to a new job.
So I'm now working at a law firm. It's called Holland & Knight in Boston. Obviously in an interview they ask you a bunch of questions, and I was proud to, to finally talk about my ServiceWorks experience, and I think that them seeing where I've come from and how far I made it, and knowing that I dedicated a whole year of serving and being about the community, I think that really impressed them. Just because we've had a rough start, it doesn't mean that our ending has to be the same, We can use that as fuel to better ourselves and for our family. And my biggest motivation is my son. I want him to see like, wow, mom really did it.
Over the years, Boston Cares has provided hundreds of interview coaches for adult education partners like Career Collaborative and Community Work Services, volunteering to improve the career prospects of adults who are living in poverty or stuck in dead-end jobs. Partnering with Tech Goes Home, our volunteers have helped over 1,300 community members to master computer skills that improved their chances for a better paying job. At Excel Education, Boston Cares volunteers have helped over 600 adults earn their GED or high STET diploma.
Students come to Excel with a multitude of issues. We have students that come to us that are homeless, bouncing from bed to bed, no place to live. We have students come to us that are court involved or have been in prison. We have single parents come to us that are raising kids by themselves, all kinds of issues. So what Excel's doing in partnership with Boston Cares is our staff is working to address some of those immediate social issues. Boston Cares volunteers are working on the academic side, individually in teaching our students so they can pass the high school equivalency, and then they'll be able to get into post-secondary education and get into that career that will be able to support them and their families. So that 5 years from now, they won't be homeless. 5 years from now, they won't be going back to prison. 5 years from now, hopefully, their children are graduating from high school because they were able to help them with their homework because of the work that Excel and Boston Cares is doing together.
Emmanuel Nags is an Excel alum who now works there as a math teacher.
So I came to Excel back in 2011 from being incarcerated in Suffolk County House of Corrections. I met Don Sands. I wanted to get back into college and I didn't know how to go about it, so Don and the rest of his team helped me fill out the FAFSA, do the 14 weeks. 4 months later, I was in college after incarceration. I never thought I could do these things. The first day I was in college at Bunker Hill, I cried at the front door because I just looked and said, wow, the impossible's possible. And that was a great feeling. I'm gonna say this, with the volunteers, there's a type of people that I didn't think exist, like that really like to help people from the bottom of their hearts. I never thought that existed until I saw some of these volunteers, and it was very exceptional. Like, they kind of set the bar for my work.
Looking at our lifetime experience with the programs being honored this evening, Boston Cares volunteers have improved job prospects for 9,400 Opportunity Youth, 250 English language students, and 3,500 non-traditional adult learners. For their outstanding community collective impact, Boston Cares is proud to salute our job and career readiness partners, MLK Scholars, More Than Words, Boston Public Health Commission, College Bound Dorchester, El Centro del Cardenal, Madison Park Development Corporation, Sociedad Latina, English for New Bostonians, Gardner Pilot Academy, Gilbert Albert Community Center, NOAA, Project Hope, St. Mark's Community Education Program, Boston Public Health Commission, Career Collaborative, Community Work Services, Tech Goes Home, and Excel Education.